to another episode of Gunners in Africa podcast. Thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well during the festive season, a time where most people spend time with their family, take a break from work and all the hustle and the bustle of the world. The Arsenal took a break this week in terms of fixtures. It's been a while since we had a week without any fixtures for the Arsenal, and it's going to be a while until we get another week of no fixtures for the Arsenal. So yeah, man, it's been quiet. There's been a lot of talk about our squad, some players who need to step up. And then in the aftermath of the Wolves' performance, so much criticism, and I feel like deservedly so, but I feel like something that many people forget is that we got the 3 points in that game. So we are still top of the table in the Premier League, and we're still top of the table in the Champions League, and we're playing a quarter-final fixture in the Carabao Cup midweek next week. So it's not that bad, but there's quite with everything that has gone on in the first 4 or 5 months of the season. I think we are in a great position. We are still in control of our destiny. But whatever happens from now on, it must be clinical. It must be great performance. It must be wins. There will be some bumps in the roads on our way to winning the title. So I'm getting ahead of myself. But I feel confident. I trust my team. We have a very, very, very good team. Considering everything that has happened so far in the season with the injuries that we've had, and we're still on top of the table, and we've played some great performances, but it can go to such a point where our luck will run out. And also, especially during this period, the festive periods, which is quite busy and congested with fixtures, and if you are struggling with injuries, that puts more pressure on the other players that are available. And in terms of the trend in our injuries, it feels like we get a lot of injuries in one area of the team at a time than like spread out injuries. We get, like, for example, before the November international break, we had a lot of forwards out, so the injuries were concentrated in that area of the pitch. Now we have a lot of defenders out, especially centre backs, and then it's concentrated on that time in that area as well. So which is unfortunate, but with all of that, like the resilience of this team and their ability to keep their standards most of the time, and something that I've been seeing in the team is the focus from the game. You just focus on doing what you need to do, win the game. I think the Wolves game was sort of hopefully an anomaly from what we've done this season, and also an opportunity, a wake-up call for the team that if you don't perform to the level that you need to, you're gonna struggle in games, you're gonna lose games. So I think it's a positive learning from that game against Wolves, and going to the Everton and the other fixtures, we can be focused now going forward and no excuses and just playing football. Yeah, and then in terms of what's been happening around is there's been a lot of talk of some players who are out injured. Gabriel, there's talk that he was targeting the Everton game, but he won't make the Everton game. Would probably try and play at least one game this year or early January. Kai Havertz, similar to Kai Havertz as well. There's talk about he was targeting playing at least one game this side of the year, then coming in January. And then we have some other injuries in Christian Mosquera and Ben White, which is a new one, and Kim said it's not sort of as bad as we thought. It could be a few weeks. A few weeks at Arsenal is a month, so our luck just with injuries. I think those are the main injuries, the news that have been happening. A lot of talk of renewal of contracts, the like of Timber, Saka, Rice, Odegaard as well. There's been a lot of talk about those, which is positive for the club, that players want to stay here and they want to win something at Arsenal. So yeah. And then, yeah, man, going to, again, another run of tough fixtures we're going to. We really, especially I've had concern in the past 3 games, away games, we haven't won. So meaning that we're going to the 4th game against Everton, we need to win. So to just really turn around our away form to continue our winning run and then keep the rivals away. So we go to Everton this weekend, who have lost a few players to injury and a couple of them going to AFCON. Yeah, Ghana Gray is going with Senegal and Iliman Ndiaye also with, I think, with Senegal as well. So 2 good players who've been featured heavily for their team this season, especially Iliman Ndiaye, who's been really good, great dribbler, great threat in the attacking area. So Ghana Gray has been there for a while, very experienced Premier League player who's been part of their midfield for a while. So, and then they missing Dewsbury Hall, who's been very key for them in their attacking midfield. Very good. He was injured, I think, in their last game. There's been a lot of talk about great Jack Grealish not being available for this game. But yeah, man, for me, the focus should be for us is to Arsenal to perform, to get the result, and then go next week into the Carabao Cup against Palace at home, perform, get a result, and then we go on to Brighton and then Villa again. So quite key games where we need to get results. Yeah, looking into Everton at the new stadium. No more Goodison now at Hill Dickinson Stadium. New stadium, so new environment for them, but also a new stadium to visit is Arsenal. So they've been really good this season, I think. I've been lucky enough to watch a few of their games. I watched their game performance against United away. I felt like they were so good, and then even when they got the red card, Ghana get the red card, they still performed well in that game. Defended well, performed well. They lost a few games at home. I remember Spurs beating them there. They lost to Newcastle, and then they also, they lost to Newcastle as well. In their last 5 games, they won 3 and lost 2. So they lost to Chelsea and Newcastle. They beat Bournemouth away. They beat Forest at home, and also they would win at United. So they're a side in good form, defensive, very good, very physical, very good on set pieces, defensive in their box, and then the position box. Some key players in the defensively, my likes of Michael Keane. Who's the other guy? Just forgot his name. Jordan Pickford has been very good in goal as well. They're a very good side, coached by David Moyes. He knows what he's doing. He has a way of playing which he is sort of, with that team, it fits well, and he's done well since he got back to Everton. And he won't again. He struggled with David Moyes' West Ham in previous seasons, so we're probably gonna struggle at Goodison Park. So yeah, man, it's we must win. I feel like we must win. The thing is the pressure as well, because City played before us on Saturday, so they play earlier. So by the time we play, we might not be on top of the table. So we'll be pressured to win away at Everton. So yeah, it's happening, all happening. In terms of Arsenal, as mentioned, the injuries that we have, not as many as a week or 2 ago, where the likes of Saliba out. So in terms of the team, we might, especially we have the week where I think they got 2 days off, and then training. And Mikel mentioned that he needed to work on some things that he saw them deteriorating, some stuff that we need to train. Probably, I think one of the key things I noticed before the Wolves game, we've allowed a lot of teams to create chances against us. Taking shots at goal, we made mistakes. Normally, we need to get back to that where we don't consider a lot of chances at goal, and stopping teams from running through us as well. Our midfield, we need to stop that, and also improve in terms of attacking wise as well. We have the players now. It's more about getting the right combinations on the day and the right players on the day now. I felt like in the past few games, Villa, Wolves, in terms of selections, you felt like some players, like I felt like some players would have been suited to the Villa game, and others to the Wolves game. For example, Mikel may have not started the Villa game. We probably would have preferred someone like Vitor Gyökeres, who could have played that game because of Villa's high line, high defense, and a transition team as well. And then for the Wolves game, we would have preferred someone obviously like Jesus or Merino, who doesn't, because they play so deep, you don't really need spaces to run into. You just need to commit people in positions and move people around by dropping deep, combination play. They were very good in that type of game. So, but anyway, I think even as much as the players need to relook at their performances, I felt like the coaching team need to also look at how we look at games and how the team selected, who's ready, who's fit, who fits well in this game, and the way we want to play that team. But I think hopefully they've had a good time to work on things, to see where they can improve and where the standards were dropping, so as to raise them up, and also players come back fresh. And I think the issue we've had now, I think that's going to cause injuries really. It's not, the thing with injuries that it puts pressure on players, and that pressure, because Mikel has to play players more minutes than he would normally do. So where he would, for example, on Wednesday, he would have maybe set out William Saliba and play Mosquera in. Now he can't do that. Maybe we would have wanted to set out Urian Timber and play Ben White. Now he can't do that because Hincapie has played a lot of minutes as well. So with every game, like you play, you can't manage those players' minutes. So they are suspect to injuries. So injuries begets injuries. So that's the pressure we're in. I think, especially defensively now. I think areas we are fine at the moment because, to be honest, we have Saka, Madueke, we have Trossard, Martinelli, even Eze there, we have Odegaard, Nwaneri, Eze, we have Jesus, Merino, Gyökeres, and midfield Rice will be mainly even Norgard. So we have the numbers in those areas. It's just a defensive now. Left back, okay, we find left back because with Calafiori, Miles, Hincapie can play there, and then we have William Saliba, who doesn't have cover now at centre back. Urian Timber doesn't have cover as well, so and those two players are quite key parts of that defense, Timber and Saliba. So yeah, man, we need some people back. If Gabriel comes back, it will be good for the team as well, because Gabriel and Saliba, we have two, and even with Calafiori, the third part of our defense, and we might figure out how we rest Timber here and there. So until at least Ben White comes back and Mosquera comes back. Or we can throw in Malsamon, Josh Nichols as well to cover there for Urian Timber. That might happen when we play Palace on Tuesday, where some of the youngsters get an opportunity, or Christian Norgard can come in again, play some part in defense. So yeah, man, those are the things. I think going to the Everton game, I think some of the things we need to control the game better, manage the game better. One of the things I spotted, if you remember the Villa game, where we scored, we were dominating the beginning of the second half. We scored the goal. We didn't control the game after we scored the goal, so we allowed Villa to get back in the game, to control the game, so the game became even again in a transition game. So same thing happened against Wolves. Bad habits. So we score, we allow them to gain momentum, to control the ball. So normally before we would, as soon as we score, we press high, put pressure on them to kick the ball long, so we win the duels at the back, the 1v1s we win them, the aerial duels as well win them. So we don't give them an opportunity to put together passes and create momentum for them. So that's what happened in the Wolves game, and then we set back and we allowed them to come. So That's something, especially when you play away from home now. We won't have the crowd to push us over the line. We need to be in control of the game. So controlled areas want to control, don't allow them to run through us, to dominate us physically or in the air with the ball. Don't if they, you press, you hustle, you commit fouls, just to kill their momentum. So which is what most teams do to us anyway. So we need to try and control that. And then like it's obvious, massive improvement is needed, especially with the break we've had this week. So more high energy, more high intensity game. That's what we need. So my team for this game, I'll probably go with Raya, Timba Saliba, Hinkapie, and Calafio returning. And then midfield, Declan Rice. I'll have Martin Zubimendi there, Odegaard, Trossard, Saka, and Gyökeres. I think that's the team I can go with. Probably there's other players who can get an opportunity like Madueke, move 1-2, because he performed well in the Champions League and he didn't even touch the ball in the Wolves game. So Mikel Merino as well has been performing well, but we had a strong bench which can come on and finish the game at the end. Finish the game towards the end. So the last 20 minutes are quite important in many of the Premier League games, where either you're winning or you're chasing the game. It's quite important. So yeah, man, I think this should be a good game. Hopefully we get back to our standards of performance, a control, dominant performance where we create a lot of chances and we score those chances. Yeah, man, thank you for being here, for watching and listening on audio. I'll post this. This is going to be on YouTube. I'm going to have it on Spotify and Apple as well, and it's Ghana in Africa. I'll drop a short video. Just a note, probably I won't have regular content in the coming, especially a long form content, because I'm traveling this weekend for festive holiday, so it's my last day, Friday, my last day at work, so taking leave. Probably being away, but I'll take my equipment, try and record as much as possible, especially pre and post game. Even a short video, drop it on Shorts and drop it on the other channels, which is TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. So, and then I'll drop it on YouTube Shorts as well. So I'll try and do short videos for the games, pre-game or post-game, probably before Palace game, after the Palace game, before Brighton. If I have enough time, I can record a longer format for Brighton next weekend, and then the Villa game as well. So yeah, I'll try the next 2 weeks. I think the next 2 weeks are gonna be, my content won't be as consistent as I want it to be, but I'll try and create as much content. Again, thank you so much for watching or listening to this podcast. If you haven't done so, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate. You can rate us in the other platforms, comment, send some questions, send some topics you would like me to talk about. I'll gladly do so. Yeah, thank you so much, and happy festive to those who are celebrating, and keep safe. Enjoy the game. Come on, you Gunners.